Of the last 15 or so long forms I posted, the best ones were basically this format where I kind of just sit and rant. Obviously, there are exceptions. Like there's one video I posted titled, "If you're watching this, I'm dead." That's an obvious outlier. If you see that title, you have to click on it. Like it's clickbaity. If the video is not, like that is what the sketch is about. But that would make sense why it'd be an outlier. I'm talking about the average sketch versus the average rant. The average rants seem to perform better, even if they're like 1,000 times lazier. And it doesn't entirely make sense to me, and to some degree feels like disingenuous. Like look at this. So this sketch, I paid an actor, I paid for a location, I've been working on this script off and on for 2 years, and then 1 week later I make a video talking about some economic concept I don't understand, and it outperforms the sketch by a factor of 4. Like it's so weird. And like you have to understand, I'm figuring this out as I go. So I kind of like have to follow the meta and follow what works. I know that people make the argument that like, oh, you shouldn't listen to the audience and listen to the platform. You should make what's in your heart. And like to some degree that's true. But if we're being honest, that's not entirely true. How many people do you see nowadays still making 6-second videos? Nobody, right? Like that format died when Vine died. So it's not entirely true to say that you shouldn't follow the audience or follow the meta or anything like that. And like I'm not going to stop making sketches, but this is just something that I've been thinking about for a long time. This also applies to sketches too, because my whole like theory is basically that effort isn't like the metric that's rewarded the most. Like it's not a good ROI to focus on. So there are a lot of comedy sketch channels who do this like massive production value, making Hollywood level, Key and Peele level sketches, but if I have like a really funny idea or concept and I film it in my living room with myself and like a shirt on my head or a wig, it's going to massively outperform a decent sketch that looks like this Hollywood production. And like if you look, you will see that that is the case. Like case in point, Caleb City and Long Beach Griffey. They're two guys who more or less never really upped the production value of their sketches, but they're still fucking crushing. They're still just dudes in their living room or bedroom making sketches, and they're not doing this like crazy production value, and they're still killing it. And then like on the flip side, there are other creators who like make really high level productions, and obviously I think their ceiling might be higher. So if they make a really good one, it's gonna do really good. But like the average ones, it just seems like you're spending money and effort and time in the wrong place. I think it's because like you guys will notice effort, but it's not the thing that's rewarded, right? So like if I make this sketch with a bunch of actors and like lighting and sound and all this stuff, you might comment and say, oh wow, the production value was like higher on this one. But if it's not a good sketch, you're not gonna remember it, you're not gonna come back to it. But the ones that you really love, it doesn't really matter. Like the effort doesn't really matter. What matters is like if you remembered it, if you liked it, if it made you feel something. And so like, I don't know, but my theory on this rant, on these rants is basically like, they might be more topical and they might be more relatable and they might be more like engaging. So even though it seems like it's lazy, I'm just sitting here and talking to a camera about some bullshit, it's something that you guys have an opinion on and you can talk about. Yeah, I don't know how to end this video, but I pretty much wanted to talk about that because I have been thinking about this. Like basically, the rants are lazy, but they seem to do better. And the sketches, it seems like the only place I should focus my energy on sketches is like on a good idea, good jokes, good writing. Because, yeah. I don't know, I'm curious what you guys think.